Today, we are going to be making this model boat from the directions in SketchUp. So now what we're going to do, from home, we're going to create a new object using feet and inches. We're in the imperial system. Yeah, I'm getting rid of that. I'm going to make a new one. And this lady is very nice, but we're going to get rid of her. See you later. Okay, to begin, we are going to start, well, let me just say, there's actually no one way to make a model of something. I'm just showing you the approach that I would take to make this boat. So I would begin with the rectangle tool. And starting from origin, I would generate a rectangle that would be the maximum proportions of the object. So if I look at my object in these different views, you have your width and you have your depth. So here's my top view, and I'm matching that drawing that I have. Now if I look at the object in the front view, I can find height. Now they only tell me half the height of the material. Half the height, if you look actually on the side view, you'll be able to see half the height is 0.375. If you put that in a calculator, or you're good at mental math, you would know that 0.375 times 2 is 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to click that, put in 0.75, and I now have the general shape of the top. Now what I'm going to do is take this pencil, find the midpoint, and I'm going to do this. This is telling me that both of the we're going to make an isosceles triangle, which means that both the slanted points that point towards the corner are equal. It's got a 45-degree angle. I'm going to make two of them so it looks like that. Now I'm going to pull these things down. There we go. Get rid of them. Beautiful. Great. Now let's start the cabin on the top. I'm going to start with I'm going to draw a line. This may not be the best way to do it, but hey, it works. I'm going to start from the back of my boat and draw a line that is half the distance. Oh, wait a minute. No. SketchUp is handy. They give me midpoints. So I'm going to use this midpoint. I'm going to go in, based on the top view, it says it needs to be in 1 inch. So I'm going to go in 1 inch. And now I'm going to continue around. That's the depth and width of this boat. It's 1.25. We got 3.75. I'm just drawing lines. Having a grand old time. This is excellent. Oh, beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to get my cursor and clean the surface. Okay, so I've got this. Let's see. Let's finish this up. I'm going to use my push-pull tool. I click once, I move my hand. I look at my distance, and if you look at that front view, you're going to be able to find the height of this central cabin. Next thing I need to do is there's a mast that's going to be going on this boat, and we need to identify that center point. So I go from the end, and I go in to the center point, which is 2.375 inches away. Looking good. Now that I've got that, I can make a circle. Now, if you look at the circle in the diagram that they have for the circle tool, it's showing a line on the radius. The radius is the distance from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle. The notes that I have for you tell you the diameter. So if the diameter is 1/4 of an inch, it would be half of that. Get a calculator, figure out half of 1/4 inch, or just get it. Then you're going to pull that 5 inches. Great. We're almost headed to open waters. Now what we're going to do is get our pencil, and very simply, from the midpoint of this front corner, I can just follow the diagram, it's going to be, let's see, 0.875. And then I'm going to go one more time, 2 inches. Great. I should now have 2 points that I can mark. There's an endpoint. There's an endpoint. We are made in the shade. Now what I'm going to do is make my circle. This one, let's see. I look at my front view. The diameter is 0.5, so the radius is going to be half of that. I'm going to clean up my lines. So now I just have the holes I want. Oh! Okay. There we go. Woo. All right. Now I'm going to push-pull this until it goes to this surface. Great. Oh, that's beautiful. And then this until it goes to the other surface. This is entirely acceptable for your submission. The next thing you would do is get a view. You would take a snip from the front. Let's see. Yeah, front, top, and side. And then isometric would look like that. Beautiful. And those are the things I need submitted. If you are a perfectionist, continue along with me because I didn't actually make this boat like the diagram. Okay, so if you look, top view, there are hidden lines. That's telling me that these holes actually don't go through the entire thing. And the reason why you wouldn't put holes through the whole thing is if you've ever tried drilling a hole that's straight into a surface, it's very difficult to do, especially over the course of, 3 inches, 2.5 inches? That would be very difficult to try and drill that hole perfectly. So, when you are planning to design something, you have to think about the way that it's going to be produced. That being said, this is done with, let's see, we're going to bore holes or drill holes that are only 1/2 inch. That's good. And now what I can do is just copy what I did on the other side. 0.875, 2, this. Wow, I love that I can memorize these numbers. I don't even have to look anymore. 0.25. Okay, get my cursor. I'm going to clean up the surface. This is a nice boat. Not to boast. Alright, and now this is going to be 0.5. This is going to be 0.5. And now you're ready for your submission once all your surfaces are clean. Here's a bonus for sticking with me. If you go to this button, Views, it will quickly allow you to make a front, side, and top view of your object. Even an isometric view, if you just click those. Anyway, hope this was helpful, and good luck.